fun.
Right. New look, new theme music, same old Friday, same old dudes. Episode 36 of Internet Explorers. Happy Friday, y'all. It's been a big week full of various national holidays.
It's Canada Day. What else?
Well, whatever. I mean, I think whoever decided to use the Canadian national colors to coat all my crypto tracking apps in Canadian colors,
Yeah.
it was cute. It was cute for a little while. But we can move on past that. All right, episode 36, Internet Explorers. I'm here. My name's Jess. We got Josh. How we doing, Josh?
I'm great. I love Josh. I love when the Americans are off. It's just a nice, peaceful day to catch up on some reading, some thinking, some
button clicking.
I'm refreshed. A lot of button clicking. Yeah.
It's hard to think when the Americans are around.
It really is, man. It really is.
And how are we doing, Peace? We got a new look around here. What's going on?
We got a new look. It was time to. We've entered Q3 for those who celebrate, and it was time for something new. So we're shaking it up.
Love it. More to come. We got a lovely new intro music here, and just some fun stuff. Trying to juice up the stream a little bit. Lots to get into this week.
How are you, Jess?
Oh, me. These allergies are getting me. I don't know what's going on.
I see that. You're sneezy.
But other than that, feeling good. I also enjoy the week. I mean, I think we've come off a pretty big 3-month sprint, and so it feels like a bit of rejuvenation and excited about kind of what's next because we got a lot of fun things planned. Like a lot of fun things planned, which I'm excited about. So, but I found it. I don't know. Did stuff happen on online and on chain this week, Josh? Is there like interesting shit that's going on?
There's definitely less, I think, because of the holidays. But still a bunch
the VCs and the DGens go away on holidays coming August. So crypto Twitter should just shut down and we just move on.
We just keep going.
All right. Well, I mean, we're going to talk about things we're excited about, which led me to ask Josh earlier, what are we excited about right now? So we're going to figure that out live together. Zora Mobile's out for those who have access. We'll have to dive into that. Polymarket's obviously been the vibe. We talked a little bit about it last week, but looks like Josh has got some links here for us. Grass. Nothing more needed there. Fat tokens. Oh, I'm interested in hearing your thoughts here, Josh. Everybody wants to call everything fat and therefore be valuable. But is anything really fat? Who knows? God knows what Peace has been doing on chain. He has a whole day to himself yesterday. Dangerous. And then lightning round. So anything big in our C Club world this week? Go check out Liquid Culture. Really impressed by what Ben and Nat have been doing over there. Like amazing guests, thousands of listens, wonderful part of the C Club Media Network. So give that a shout if you haven't checked it out. And I think we should just jump into it. What are we fucking excited about?
Let's go. What are we excited about? Yeah, I think this really just came as a reaction to the timeline and how I think just generally grumpy people seemed this week. I think a lot of people spend too much time staring at charts, but I think we do for a very small percentage of our time. And I think the vast majority of it is just being excited by all the stuff we're seeing and being very optimistic about what's to come. So it felt like the right way to kick off this week is just to like recenter on like who the fuck cares what the price is doing today. Like look at the incredible state of consumer crypto and crypto broadly right now. And let's kind of get into that a little bit. And also it was Jesse's tweet that just kind of prompted me to kind of kick off the show with this, where he tweeted just some good things that he's excited about looking forward to the next year and a half. I think share a lot of the same interests, but I figured we just kind of jam on this. Maybe I'll throw it to you first to see.
Well, that's your plan.
I could also just. I have some stuff written down too. But
I mean, it was interesting to see some of I think you tweeted something related to this morning, and then some people jumped into the comments being like, "Oh, is X amount of money a lot of money to you or not, etc." And I'm like, "Yeah, okay, we scale."
You're not getting a response.
Just a big smiley face. Yeah, because I think there's sort of this sense of like, where's the million user apps? Why aren't there billions of people using this? And I think a lot of what Jesse's excited about are like the precursors to that eventual world. Mobile becoming default. You've gone on talking about just how different it was building with SEO7 teams versus SEO6 teams, just given the amount of tools, infrastructure, and accessibility that live there. We have a number of teams that literally the products they built, you could send to somebody who doesn't know crypto, and they'd be able to get in and figure it out as long as it's compelling experiences that are easy to engage with. So I feel like we're finally at a place where adoption can start to happen, and that's kind of where we're stepping into. And I think his top 2 points, mobile becoming the default, stablecoin rails are sort of good examples of that, pushing it forward. I continue to be interested in surprising formats for prediction markets. I think that's one that continues to get thrown out, and yet I guess we've seen different versions. However you sort of win, but maybe we can go through these things. To me, like the perennial most interesting thing that I think is just like the big thing we're all chasing is the last point here, which is, he says, for crypto natives, real skin in the game returns to token distributions, resulting in more loyal, engaged users and owners. To me, that's the fun thing about these sort of, do you have conviction? Do you not have conviction? Where are we at, etc. To me, it just comes down to like, is that last point still an interesting and big opportunity? Because it is just like, it's mechanism design, it's narrative, it's storytelling, it's product building, it's all these, it's regulation, it's all these things. And it seems like the big boss that we're sort of not trying to beat, but maybe understand. And I think a lot of the conversation around high FTV low float tokens and sort of maybe the general displeasure with a lot of the infra launches that have happened recently, I think are kind of bundled up into a failure to push forward in to the end of like a real useful skin in the game distribution. So that's my random riff. I have more, I'm sure.
Yeah, nice. Yeah. I think the 3 things I tweeted out this morning were Polymarket, which we'll get into, but $110 million in volume.
Again, is that a lot, Josh? Is that a lot?
Who cares? Like, look at the chart, right? It's up. Zoom out. I think it's a lot. I think it's a great number. I think Zora had like 350,000 transacting users in June. Pumped Up Fund had like a $2 million revenue day. I think there's just like so many signs that, and those are all like very distinct categories of products too, right? So I think there's just a ton of signs that there's a lot of opportunity here. When I started kind of thinking through this, I found myself kind of going back to I think like the big unlocks of blockchains and tokens that I'm kind of like most interested in, or like that kind of contain the opportunities that I'm most interested in, and kind of like the 4 that I ended up kind of listing out here, and I'll share them in my newsletter kind of more deeply, but it was like, things unlocked by global permissionless peer-to-peer liquidity, right? It's like, that's new forms of prediction markets. That's peer-to-peer sports betting. That's payment stable coins. Like this is just a completely unlocked market we've never had before, right? Things unlocked by scaled and trusted network coordination, right? Like that's like, DPIN, talk a bit about it with Grass, decentralized social, these open social graphs, DAOs, if we still want to.
They'll be back. They will.
Still want to talk about those. Things unlocked by digital ownership, right? That's the Zora opportunity. That PFP is probably making a comeback at some point. That's like the gaming assets being on chain. And then I think largely the one that we spend a lot of time thinking about is things unlocked by this like completely new ability of tokens to create, store, and allow us to use social and cultural value. And that there's like endless opportunity just within that too, right? Like products using meme coins and social primitives, scene coins, which we've talked a lot about, full stack brands, which I haven't talked a lot about but kind of want to, ephemeral games, entertainment. So I think there's just like going back to just the core fundamental unlocks of this tech just got me like really fucking excited again for all the opportunity here.
Well, let's go. I mean, one that stood out as I'm actually maybe curious on your thinking, like where are NFTs still a thing? Do they make the comeback here? I think NFTs have another surprising evolution, is Jesse's prediction.
Yeah, we should get Jesse on, because there's a few that one I'm intrigued by. Also the interplay between creator tools and token launchers. Curious on his thoughts there. So maybe we should get him on at some point. But
okay,
I mean, I definitely think they do. I think that's Zora, right?
Yeah.
I definitely think I think actually Peace said this maybe a couple weeks ago, where I think they're just like so out of the meta or out of the like public narrative right now that no one's actually doing anything interesting with them. And like probably what it's just going to take is someone actually just releasing a great NFT project again, which we just haven't had that, right? Peace, maybe you want to expand. I think it was something like that you said, right?
No, I mean, I think it is that simple. And like already last week, I'm not going to be able to pronounce it right. It was a scatter.art free claim from like a Kiru some collection, cute illustrations, and then it already ran up to like 0.1 and everyone was posting about it on the timeline. And like, it's a great example of like a good drop that people just liked it.
Yeah, we need it. I mean, but I'd say that's sort of like the old version of NFTs, right? Where you're kind of doing a drop and it really does a speculation narrative around it that kind of gets more and more like, Bored Apes was maybe like the quintessential speculation narrative from the NFT bull market, right? And it's like, oh, here's this thing you meant for free or very low, and all of a sudden it runs up, and that's the story that brings people along. And it's that whole lack of sort of speculative conversation around NFTs that's kind of makes it feel like, I guess that's a question. Like, do we see like speculative NFTs emerging again, or because there's sort of like the market cycle narrative? Once liquidity comes back, likely you'll start to see some NFTs run. Cool. Or there's like the magic wand, something new and interesting emerges, and they look different in the future. Maybe both are possible.
I think both are probably true.
Yeah.
I'm interested in, I don't know, just them as these like identity assets just seems like an obvious, like that's going to happen. I think them being like the starting point or like the entire container like they were in the last cycle is maybe not the thing. But
then you could sort of look at Pudgies as an example, a counterbalance there, right? Where you have used NFTs as a way of galvanizing community and et cetera, and then you kind of vote from there. So, I mean, I think that's the challenge with, so many of these things where everybody wants the template. Small number of people want to go define the template, but that's where all the value lives. And as soon as it becomes templatized, like the value decrease significantly. And so I think that's very, very true for all tokens. So if you say tokens, first principles, take there is like, okay, what do we want them to do, et cetera. And rock and roll. So yeah, I think like there will be a project that launches using NFTs as like a fundraising community moment that then turns into like a $1 billion thing through creating a network, et cetera. So again, that's why it comes back to this idea of like, how do we more closely align token ownership, distributions, et cetera. So yeah, I'm excited for more weirdness too. One of the best bits of feedback I got from our demo day was how excited people were to see opinions that were other than just purely whatever the hot thing in the market was. Mm-hmm. So we're in headless brands, we're in data, we're in, scene coins, we're across the board. And so I'm excited for, and I'm seeing myself having conversations with people who are going after a much harder part of the stack as well. So like, yeah, okay, meme coins attention is one thing. If we actually have to go build supply chains and think about how we do that with smart contracts, that's another. And we're back into that where I'm seeing some really talented teams run at some really big challenges that are huge opportunities. So
agreed. Yeah, I think we go through these like constant ebb and flow cycles where there's a new meta. It's like all anyone talks about and thinks about. Then at some point it gets stale before the new one's actually ready or comes along, and then everyone gets mad or whatever. This is all just fun. This wasn't real to begin with, and then suddenly like the new thing emerges, and it's like, oh fuck, this is crazy. And then you have a new cycle of that. And I feel like we're kind of in. Like, I don't think meme coins are going anywhere. But we're kind of in the tail end of this like meme coin meta that people are like maybe getting tired of and are ready for the next thing. So we'll see what
tell me the next thing, baby.
We'll see what that.
I want to see the next thing.
Yeah,
I'm over this thing already.
Yeah,
I'm not over it yet. It's pretty stoked, but the next thing I'm excited about too.
Me too. Pete, what are you excited about, man?
I am excited about. I truly just good posts. I don't know. I have nothing but basic takes right now. It's like, even if this is the old thing, I don't even really care about this thing. I love that other people do. I love that other people just saw it and they're like, I want this. They got it and they're like, oh, cool. I can list this for sale and because other people want it. And like that kind of is enough for me that those communities get to go and just play that game. And that's it. It's just good posts. Look at this. The truth is OpenSea hates NFTs. This is worse than September 11th for Kimona Kaki. We do not forgive. We do not forget. These are good posts. These people love it. They're stoked. They're up in arms, and they want to tell everyone about this cool new art project. And I like it.
I mean, I think what is interesting in that, and in we talked to the Sanko founder a while ago, is that there's these teams that have been really focused on surprising and delighting 1,000 people, rather than trying to appeal to the KOL meme trader. And I feel like there's just like a lot more staying power in that. And so I think maybe one way to look at it is seeing like this pure attention KOL, like low float, high FTP, all this sort of stuff is like a way of launching a token that's just about maximizing attention and profits for those who are in early. And then there's this very alternate one, the pathway here, which is like, how do we really recognize and sort of solidify a community, a group of people that believe in a certain thing, really focus on delivering for them, because you don't need 1 million people, 1,000 people that really care. Whew, super powerful. 10,000 true speculators and 1,000 true fans, something like that.
Exactly.
Which I like, right? And so I think to me, that's like the big flag is like, how are we, since it is true that you can go build something very valuable with 1,000 people or less, why not focus on really delivering for those folks and then expanding from there?
That being so directly possible on chain is like something I'm just hugely excited about. Like that's 1,000 times cooler than a Squarespace or a big cartel. Like,
bro.
It's insane. Exactly. Yeah.
I gotta go buy some NFTs, dude.
They're pretty cool.
They are cool. Yeah,
somebody recommend some like, I want like some old school deep cut NFT. If you drop it in the chat, so I can go miss. I just need to get back into give me something that was like November 2021. No, 2022. Yeah. Ooh, November 2022, right around the crash.
That'd actually be a fun thing to see. Just like a visual thing to scroll through to just see what was like the like thing. The most, I don't know, the top 10 most traded NFTs of every month, and just like being able to like walk through the last cycle that way. That'd be pretty fun.
That would be fun.
Oh, Creature World, yeah.
I have a Creature World. I'm down so bad on a Creature World, but I still like it. So
yeah, I bought some recently. I have no idea if I'm up or down.
Well, I'm down. I'll tell you that much.
That peak was when Shaq bought one and made it his PFP.
They keep making these good posts on IG though, so I've been like,
their IG game is strong. I love it.
All right,
let's move on.
So lots to be excited by.
We're excited. I think your point, John, like it's funny how like none of this market move has affected me. I mean, I'm down financially, but if you're not, I mean, it's just like it hasn't affected my conviction. Right. But then also the fact that we're just like, if your day's filled up with supporting builders who are trying to go and build cool shit, like, yeah, kind of fun. Up or down? Up or down?
Up or down? We build. Yeah, so let's jump to Zora Mobile. So finally got, I think maybe been out for a few weeks. They've been teasing it for a while. Played around with it a bunch this week, and yeah, I guess first just huge props at how smooth of an experience it is. Like it is. There it is. Yeah, you can like buy mint with a credit card through Apple Pay. You can double tap to collect. It's like it is a good just consumer experience, not just good consumer crypto experience. So I think huge props for. I know how much work went into this, and I think 6 months ago Jacob was like, it's coming out soon, and building great products takes a long time. So I think props to that. I think the biggest question that gets raised for me is almost like how smooth and slick it is, to the point where like, so, I've been having lots of conversations with just like my normal friends recently about crypto products I'm excited by, just to like get their reactions. And Zora is like frequently one that, people understand and find cool. Just, you can go look at it and there's cool art. But I think my question is like, onboarding someone, what is this like onboarding arc of someone into this product to actually getting to the point where they care enough to want to pay like $3 to collect something?
Yeah,
and I don't know what that looks like. And the product is like, it's all abstracted away, right? So you as some normal person downloading the app, opening it, would expect to just click to like, and then suddenly, oh, you can't. Oh, I need to pay $3. Why am I paying $3? So this shows up. So I think like, it's like, how do they get to this? Us having this like social context where A, we understand what's happening behind the scenes. B, we have the social context where like, I know the people that are creating this. I want to support them and collect from them. It feels good. How do normal people get there? Maybe they don't need to, whatever. But
I love this, because this is like pushing into like there's this like meaningful. It's very, from a product direction, easy and clear how you go target crypto natives. It's easy and clear how you go target a general audience, though that's maybe never easy and clear. But like trying to do both just continues to be a challenge that takes down a lot of teams, frankly, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm not sure Zora has solved that here. And I think you're sort of getting it there. Like, it's very clear to me from a creator side that the Zora app and Zora is very compelling. If I can just upload your imagination and I can start earning, and like this idea of like earning as a way of getting into crypto, incredibly compelling. From a collector side, though, that's where it all falls apart for me. I think like the abstracting of the crypto away, I think, is, I don't know how you get across that bridge, right? Where both collecting means something, and I guess there's a question mark still over like, what does collecting mean in the NFT sense? And then it's in like the, then you have like the reality of like real dollars and cents moving through, and it's not a small amount. Like in the Zora mobile app context, paying $3 seems like a lot, whereas like in the NFT context, it feels like nothing. So I don't know. I don't know what the pathway there is.
It's interesting because on rodeo.club, it's a little bit cheaper, but there's still kind of the same. Still the same mental gap, and like the core experience that I feel like unlocks that even being possible is the fact that on the other side of those collectors, a lot of times it's people who have purchased ETH and maybe even saw that ETH become more valuable, or did something else on chain where they all of a sudden have this experimental capital to be like, of course I can support a creator who's also doing this thing. And I can't tell if that is a core part of the experience to even making NFTs make sense or not. But yeah, maybe we just all need 10,000 hours on Twitter. I don't know.
I mean, I'm past that, baby. Like a long time ago.
Yeah, it's interesting. I feel like, I think another reaction I had while using it was there just clearly felt like there needed to be a slightly lower intent like action or like way to signal support. I think liking would be like the kind of like obvious skeuomorphic thing to do there.
It's enjoying like, would be the obvious skeuomorphic thing.
So tipping gets really interesting, right? In this case, where it's like, okay, I like this. Maybe I don't have the liquidity, or I don't, for whatever reason, want to pay $3 to actually collect this, but I like what this artist is doing, or what I like this post, and having free money to give away. I think it's a pretty powerful kind of social tool there. But I think even just, if you think about, obviously the app looks a lot like Instagram. If you think about Instagram and, these popular creators getting tens of thousands of likes, some percentage of those people would be very willing to, spend $3 to support that creator. So I think this evolving into something that has lower intent signals, or like a free to play. There's like no free to play way to like really do this right now. You can scroll, but there's no way to actually like interact.
What is even the pay to play reason? Because I think that's like the root challenge. Is like, why do I as a user want to collect these things? And yeah, I mean, I agree around the free to play side of things, but like the core thing of like, I mean, I'm very fascinated to see if you like, what is a net new user who ends up collecting? Like, what is their path through Zora?
Yeah, for
So
sure.
it doesn't feel like a big carrot there. And I think there's
mean,
probably some product stuff
yeah.
to do there around like curation and taste. And I'm assuming that's what they'll bring over, you know, from the desktop version. But
yeah, I do think we're missing the social contacts that are going to make collecting
it's
feel good.
very hard to even find friends right now. So I think they have some, like, clearly it's very, very early in the development and they have a bunch of stuff still planned. But it seems like we're having like this, you know, everyone's trying to become a network or a platform. You know, we have a lot of similar features are going to kind of emerge. So it's funny how like Farcaster, Lens, Zora, etc. start to all interface.
Yeah.
Maybe some Block Explorer, like they're all coming at the same sort of like place. It feels to me like kind of like, remember those wallet apps, so like Zapper and what's the other one? It's Zerion, and you know, there's sort of like aggregation plays. Like those are a big thing, competitive, and all of them are doing wallets, and they're doing a network, right, where you can get intents, et cetera, et cetera. And so it feels like we're probably going to come into a similar vibe here, where people try to leverage their initial place to go build these sort of social networks and be part of this Web3 social stuff. And obviously Zora's got a great head start there. I think the thing I admire the most about it is like the obvious answer here is just drop a token into this and, you know, incentivize collecting in some way. And I think it's going to be very hard to go build a really compelling product if you drop that in at this point. So
yeah,
eager to see where they get with this.
And there's also just like a smooth brain answer where people will collect because they like stuff, and
that's Jacob's answer.
Some people won't, and some people will, and it's going to be a way better creator economy than we have right now.
Shit.
I like that take, frankly. I do like that take, and I think that's Jacob's take generally.
It is funny how it's like when this is on desktop and we have to like have, you know, MetaMask pops up and you do all this shit. It's like paying protocol fees feels fine because I don't know, it feels like there's like work and like messiness going into it, and then suddenly it's in this clean mobile user experience, and you're kind of like,
well, and clearly if they're doing 350,000 transacting users, like that's the numbers are going in the right direction. And my guess is that the fees come down at some point in the future, but it makes zero sense to go do it right now if they're seeing growth. So, I mean, there's no reason it needs to be $3.
Right now, it looks like it's 30 cents on Rodeo in the same kind of collecting context.
Man, Foundation and Zora just doing their dance is just the funniest thing to me.
It's beautiful.
Beautiful, maybe.
There was truly a time that I believed there was not enough room on the internet for all these different models or something. And now, like, seeing both of these apps, it feels like there's plenty of room. Like, even if there's the same posters, they're like, I don't know why they feel different, but they both feel really good to me now. And I think I've flip-flopped between what my favorite marketplace was in the past. And
I struggle to see a world where both Zora and Rodeo exist. Something's gonna win.
Well, it's
I think the one of one, the like Foundation, right? The like one of one world is different. Like that's a different customer base, different creator base, different product stack.
I don't know.
Like
I mean, we kind of just talked about the fact that there's like lack of clarity around some of the core mechanics here, and so whoever figures that out, probably like because embedded in your thought here is that there's a network effect here, and there's like a winner take all market, which I think exists on the internet in many places. I'm just not sure if we've seen that yet.
This mint ended button drives me to mint every time because I always feel FOMO on. Yeah, I start seeing all these posts. I'm like,
what's the difference? I haven't actually played with Rodeo. They haven't let me in yet. Every edition, it's like a capped edition. Like there's some like subtle differences, right?
I think they're just time bound. Like every edition is the same price. They're like 30 cents and they're bound by time.
See, I think that's interesting.
Agreed.
Okay. Well, yeah. Once they paid, I mean, Foundation team, you want to give us access to Rodeo so we can actually click buttons.
We're here.
If you're listening, we're here. We're ready. Until then, Zora gave me access. So Guess what? I'm a Prozora guy.
That's why they have a topic. And
Well,
yeah.
they gave me access, so I'll write them and see if we can get everyone.
Oh no,
No,
we're
no,
in
Okay.
conversation.
Okay, good.
I actually think I just haven't responded to an email. That's
Okay, there we go.
Oh, okay.
Truth comes
It's
out.
on us.
The
It's
truth
on-
comes out. It's always on us.
Look for a
This
topic.
is just a good old.
I mean, I think the beautiful high level thing here is that like the mobile crypto era is here. The world of building desktop first for consumers behind us, and thank God.
A world with a billion embedded wallets. Have fun, y'all. Good luck.
Yo,
to the
but
builders.
but rodeo.club in Rome, it's lit. Feels good. Sorry,
All
that's my
right,
plug.
all right.
I'm in the wrong section here.
Moving on.
You're good. Let's go to Polymarket. So we've talked about it a handful of times. I think it just had such a big week coming off the back of the debate last week, and just how it's just becoming a main character in this election cycle. All the kind of big Trump's tweeting about it all the time, posting about it all the time. All the big media publications are constantly referencing it. Transaction, I think $111 million in volume last month, 30K active traders. Chart looks great, like day over day, week over week, as this election continues, like those markets are just getting deeper and participant numbers are growing. So it's cool I think we've been watching it for a while. I think when we first even talked about it on the show, like our big question was really just like the idea is great. Downstream effects of prediction, like liquid prediction markets existing, are great. But our question was like, are they going to be able to actually have enough or attract enough liquidity for all of that stuff to be realized? And I think we're seeing that, at least, in the US election, which is this like high attention, heavily financial interest market. I think we're seeing that we're there.
Yeah, I mean, it's prediction markets have been like, as soon as Ethereum kind of was talked about, prediction markets were talked about. And to me, it feels like the right place to put prediction markets, and I think Polymarket as a leader here, is like fundamental infrastructure that makes our world more understandable in some way. So I love it. I think Polymarket back in the day was like one of the first apps that I think they're using XDAI or something. It was sort of on an L2. I think maybe it was even on Polygon, right? And
I think it still is.
USDC.
I think it still
Polygon
is.
bridging USDC. So it was actually one of the first examples of that UX, which is incredibly prevalent today. And yeah, I think like clearly there's liquidity limitations in some of the like lower markets. It's not, I don't believe it's fully permissionless, at least not on the front end side of things. There's some limitations to it, but the ability for people to actually put skin in the game, as they like to say, to when you think you have an insight, to sort of pull some truth from it, I think is fucking incredibly powerful. And my guess is this probably looks like, Polymarket as maybe look at like a media company, becomes like the leading media company focused on this category. And then likely, I think we'll start to see a lot of other mechanics emerge that are kind of being prediction markets to a degree, that are not limited by the specific structure and mechanism that Polymarket has. So,
already seeing some interesting like vertical specific prediction markets come down the pipe, which I think are really compelling.
Meme coins, I think, play this role a little bit too.
They totally do.
Correctly, yeah.
Literally this week, I wanted to go. Bet on if Biden was going to be in the race or not, and I went to Polymarket, and then I was like, oh fuck it, I'm just going to go buy the like Kamala Harris meme coin.
Oh yeah, okay.
Instead,
yeah, that's interesting.
I think they're playing in similar worlds.
The only problem is you can't take it's going to be a lot harder to take a loan in short coconut than it is to go on Polymarket and take the other side of the bet, right? Like,
for sure, you're opening up a whole other world of possibilities. I was actually looking at, because like the vast, I think like 95% is all like U.S. elections, but they actually do, I think like the three other most liquid markets beyond that was Euro Cup winner had like 3.5 million of open interest. First cat coin to $1 billion had 2.5 million, and the UK election is starting to emerge with like 2.4 million. So even those, it's like long way to go, obviously, but that's still decent liquidity.
And it's cool to see, like, they do a top volume this week breakdown too, and you're seeing like individual users here have $6 million and sort of exposure here. The 20th has $1 million profit over the last month, a couple $100,000 for some of these folks. So there's like a clear type of guy that is participating in this, and I think that's always been part of the argument here, is that there's like these super predictors. I think there's maybe a book called Super Prediction, something like that, and that they're like this almost like specialized type of person who's going to be able to go out and play these well. So I think as awareness and accessibility and liquidity here grows, I think we'll start to see these be more relevant in a lot more niche markets.
Yep.
Yeah, I think it's a core primitive, and likely we'll get into a place where you end up being able to use the truth that these things create as primitives in other applications as well. So,
yeah, totally. There's actually another one. I didn't have time to look too deeply at it, but I think there's a sports-focused prediction market with the goal of it being like an oracle for kind of on-chain sports applications, which is interesting. So yeah, I think seeing Polymarket, the success they're having at the election, I think is opening up a lot of eyes that I think opportunities to unbundle, verticalize it, and yeah, probably more expansive opportunities that I'm not even thinking about. Cool. Let's move to Grass. Yeah. So Jesse, Grass, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So Grass is a cool product that lets you basically earn tokens by offering up your unused internet bandwidth for website scraping, which I think they're using to build data sets for AI training. And participating in it is super easy. Like you install a browser extension and it just siphons off your unused internet bandwidth. So I thought it was cool this week that I've actually been playing around with it for a while. Like you literally have to do nothing, which is great. Earn tokens. The thing they announced this week was they have just released a Reddit data set with 600 million Reddit posts and comments that were scraped from the 2 million nodes that are actually participating in this network. So I think it's, I think DPIN is just a really shitty category name that just makes all this stuff seem way less interesting than it actually is.
This is SocialFi, Josh. That's what this is.
I think it should be called like tokenized marketplaces, or I don't know what you want to call it, but these are actually kind of cool consumer experience. It's a meme coin. It will be a meme coin.
I mean,
yeah, I think these I don't know, using tokens to coordinate networks that you just never could have kind of coordinated previously is really interesting. I think this is maybe like a data DAO. We're seeing a lot of these kind of data. Like, how do you aggregate a bunch of consumer activity and offer that data to people who want to use it? I think we're seeing it in health data, seeing it in mapping data, seeing it in. I was looking at like noise pollution data product. Like Dymo's doing it in car data. So I think obviously the big open question on all of those is just how actually valuable are these? Is this data on the unit basis, and is it enough to actually incentivize usage? So I think to your point, I think the ones that win here are probably going to create compelling consumer products or games around the category. Maybe the data is kind of like a happy offshoot of it, but the core probably token value is more of the desire to play the game or be a part of the world that they're building. But I don't know, just an important kind of world to keep tabs on.
So I put Grass in the same category as Notcoin, which is like a
interesting,
simple, easy to understand mechanic that is directly tied to this desire to earn tokens, and that can reach a massive scale. And then the question is, okay, well, what do you do after that? And probably a year ago, the data angle would be less compelling than it is to me today. I think I'd rather own Notcoin and that strategy than Grass. There's some interesting. We should probably actually talk about Notcoin. I think maybe we are.
We're talking about it next.
Okay. But to me, these are meme coins that are using some mechanic to get distribution done in an interesting way, and it has a question mark over how the aggregated value of that action can be unlocked.
I mean, I think that's the way that they have to be meme coins, because if they're not, these things are going to come out. There's just going to be immense downside pressure, and no one's going to actually care about Like there needs to be just this desire to actually own the token, right?
True. I guess I'm just saying that it's less about the value of the data and more about the value of the mechanic that makes it fun to produce the data.
Right.
I think they need to do something with it eventually, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, I
It's
think it's also
AI meme coin. There's gonna be 3. There's a fight for that. Grass is trying to go after like the accessible large scale, and maybe Tao is going after the nerdy niche scale or whatever, right?
I mean, you're right. It is the not coin playbook. It's like, how do we get so many people doing this thing, have a large attention base, release a token into that large attention base, and yeah, it becomes the shelling point for some category
Niche.
that people
exactly.
want to talk about and want exposure to.
Exactly.
Yeah. I do think it's also interesting in, like, I think these like kind of data DAOs like this kind of feel like the like easier first implementation of potentially these like actually decentralized token networks that, you know, could take on Uber or like could take on Airbnb or these kind of peer-to-peer networks downstream that we just feel a long way away from being able to actually do. So I feel like probably some learnings from these will be pretty informative there.
Yeah. Can we bring back the vampire attack? Can we do new and better vampire attacks? Can we do old and not new vampire attacks and then also some new vampire attacks? Like, I'd love to just run back. Somebody should just do like a Uniswap vampire attack right now with like, I don't know, some fucked up weird random clone of Uniswap, and just like, I think that would be kind of interesting. I also think that like, yeah, vampire attacking Uber would be pretty interesting.
Okay,
and I think we can probably do both.
I've been
please.
sitting on this idea for a while. First off, I just want to say that the sushi hack was the Woodstock of my lifetime. And secondly, I have this idea so if you're a builder out there, please contact me. It's called Uniswap. The token is WAP. So yeah, it's ticker wet ass pussy, and we use the grandmother icon as our brand. So that's my Uniswap vampire attack. It's unis.swap. Token.
I would
swap.
honestly, if somebody wants to go build that, I think that's a great idea and would be a perfect fit for C Club.
And we'll take over the world with that thing. So
there's actually probably a pretty fun, just like ephemeral experience company to be built just on the backs of hilariously vampiring attacking everything.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice. The gears are turning. There's more.
Displeaser DAO.
Displeaser is fucking good.
You could go crazy. You could go crazy. You could have endless, like, you do this once a month.
Woo. Yeah, there's something there.
That's fun. All right.
Honestly, I think if a team just wanted to go do that. Well, okay. I'm going to stop. I think fat tokens.
Those are the types of products we like to see. Fat tokens. So yeah, again, we've been, I think, mentioning our fat token thesis a little bit. Don't even want to call it a thesis, but really just, you know, the idea that tokens are these incredible attention generators, and, you know, having a token that captures the hearts and minds of people just creates a ton of opportunity to like serve those people in expansive ways. So it's been actually just cool watching Notcoin run this playbook. So, you know, we talked about them when they were first releasing their kind of click to earn token game, had tens of millions of people play it, launched their token into this huge attention base, really like became the like cultural shelling point of Ton because of how wide reaching it got in that ecosystem and how many people had onboarded into it. And now they kind of immediately leveraged that into a Quest platform, kind of starting to look like, you know, what Layer 3 or Galaxy is for kind of the Ethereum ecosystem. So I had kind of like the Ton Quest platform that, you know, they were very effectively able to serve this like user base with. And then now this week I saw that they announced their partnership on a Ton gaming accelerator. So just cool to see it's like token into whatever scene or like belief system or thing people care about into just serving them with kind of more tangible products down the road.
Yeah,
and then
and
also
Knockman has
yeah,
a $1 billion network value or token value right now, or market cap. And FTV at the same time. So yeah,
it's interesting.
It's very impressive. I mean, I think there's sort of like Telegram. We talked about Telegram. Lots of people are hot on Telegram. A lot of people running after that sort of gaming focus. We've seen a bunch of deals like that as well. Feels like Notcoin is actually in a pretty strong position there.
For sure.
But again, it's interesting to see. Is this even? This is on. Oh, it's on actually on on Ton. So
it's on Ton. Yeah, it's on Ton. And then I was actually looking at Hamster Combat this morning too. And so they're running a similar playbook, but it seems like they're going after, they're kind of leveraging this like token and game attention to build, or it seems like they're going to leverage it to try to build like a media entity, because a core part of what they're doing is actually funneling people towards their YouTube account, and they're actually able to be fire. They're able to be the first YouTube channel ever to gain 10 million subscribers in 1 week. And they're sitting at 32 million subscribers now. Like they're
insane.
The rate that they've grown at is like they're on pace to like pass Mr. Beast at some point in the near future, which, who knows where that gets.
No, they're like, get out of here. Go on. I think
I'm just saying it, but like
they've rocketed into a whole new level of attention. Mr. Beast is like 10 times the number of followers or subscribers.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is very crazy to see that they've done that. And you're right, like the YouTube, I think they do a lot on Instagram as well. They've got these animated characters kind of living their lives. So attention, baby. Attention.
Tokens are fucking powerful. Use them.
Yeah.
That's the smooth brain. Fat token thesis. All right, cool.
I mean, it's with all this sort of stuff, it's like, okay, where is the value here? Because right now, this is all sort of speculative value, right? There's belief in the future, etc. Curious to see if they've, how they think about. We should get somebody from Notcoin on, because I'm really fascinated as to how they sort of think about closing the loop, the value flowing back to tokens, if there's value flowing there. How their token might be more deeply integrated into the App Store thesis that I think they're working on. I don't know. Interesting. Anyways,
it's good piece.
Well, I've got bad news. I didn't fire off a single interesting transaction this week. That's probably not true. No.
I'd rather you show up authentically here than just being performative. So I appreciate the honesty here.
Yeah, there's like someone shouted me out. I'll show you the picture that I collected. Love this fucking dude. And no hygiene, great username. Yeah, gave me a shout out for grabbing this on Zoro. I just liked the image. It's nice.
I don't know if I do.
Yeah. What is with this, like, or maybe this has just always been around, but to me it seems like there's this return to this kind of very like low fidelity kind of aesthetic like this that's like just running rampant everywhere.
It deserves like a real art historian to break it down, but I feel like there's just a lot of ingredients at play where, I mean, we are in a society now where people really are online for decades long. And I think that it has affected people's psychologies and what they value and what they're nostalgic for. Amen. And I think it's like maybe just on trend to like turn of the century, low fidelity crappiness things and like some romance towards, I don't know. Yeah. Millennial childhood or something.
Marbled meat bodies.
Weird hodgepodge collage, etc. I don't know. It's strange, but I like the weirdness. It's a combination of like YouTube poops, brain rot, everything happening, AI, just everyone's like being like minced to death and feels it. And I think it's coming out in our mimetic languages.
Yeah, it's like a heavy rejection of like the over professionalization or like.
Well, just imagine what like another 3 years of AI creativity will do to sort of the reactionary styles that are going to hit the internet. It's going to be kind of fun.
Totally.
I think minced as a way of describing like my personal mental state and or being is definitely entering my
dude, this stuff is crazy.
My usage.
Yeah, this artist is awesome.
Okay, I actually kind of like the 6-pack with the mustache, the cat mustache.
I like the like cubed meat one up there.
Can you send me that? That's the NFT I need to mint today. That one. Whoa. Okay, keep going down here. Let's see if we can find something for Jess to mint today. I kind of like in the abs here. I don't know why.
Okay,
we're getting into
angels, dude.
Angels are good. I like angels.
Beautiful.
Honestly, the meat cube is actually, I think. Send me that one. Send me that one. Nice. Yeah. Just due to the experience that I had.
Oh, and it's still going. Okay, nice. I'm gonna pin it here. If we can't, oh no, well, maybe I can. We've broken our UI, but you can
Percat's already been on it.
Nice.
Percats.
Oh yeah, already on it. That's great. That's
all right. Here we go. We're gonna put some of this Zora ETH to use here.
Let's mint some meat. I actually have a mint in my Zora app that I need to use, so maybe I'll just.
I'm gonna knock Percat off of the #1 minter here. Sorry, nice. All right, we minted a thing. Oh, phew, that feels better. We're back. Up only from here, y'all. Well, if we got 5 minutes for lightning round, this feels luxurious. Great. This feels luxurious.
Great. This is what happens when we don't have a guest. We have time.
Okay, well, there's no links here in the lightning round, so what can I show you guys? I've showed you scattered art. I've showed you scattered art.
Lightning round literally just says links in our document. Nice.
I wish I had audio piped in. Okay. We've got locked in. What else can I show you? This was great. Base hackathon.
What? Isn't that a submission?
This was a submission. Yeah, they probably dealt with lots of spam, but
Limeberg's project.
This is a testimony to brain rot. The problem nothing, it solves no problems, encountered no problems, and they use the internet to get there. That's my life in a nutshell.
Oh, damn, you're bringing back that was Mike's project, right?
Yeah, there was a lot. I wish I could find the it's just more people talking about like, will people care about networks?
Whoa. And you didn't send that to me? Because I care about network. That's what I'm the most interested in.
If you could bridge your wireless network, would you? If you were like, oh, I'm not getting good reception, I'm going to go to T-Mobile.
I mean, I do that regularly when I'm traveling in the United States and I get shitty reception.
True.
I kind of just wanted to figure it out on its own.
Yeah. I mean, I think it is an interesting question. Nobody has like a deep affinity and identity tied to T-Mobile. I mean, maybe one guy or 3 guys do, but a lot of people have that with Solana or Ethereum. So I think like the whole network conversation is challenged by the fact that there's a big cultural dynamic that exists there, an identity dynamic. And I think I believe the argument that eventually we probably abstract away from there. I'm just unclear what the near term looks like for that.
I think it has a lot to do with why people end up collecting in a whole new category of economic activity. I also might be the one guy who cares. I would never use T-Mobile unless I had to for some reason. I can't imagine why it would be.
What do you use?
I use Verizon.
I think that's actually maybe indicative, right? Where, yeah, I would use whatever the default is until it doesn't work, and then stoked to have another backup. And do you think people just have implied defaults based on where they hold their assets and what they use? I mean, there's still meaningful friction going between these ecosystems.
Right.
I think there's going to be some group of people that always care, us. And then I think there's going to be a large group of people, probably everyone else, who comes and starts using crypto
I wouldn't
going forward.
Describe myself as somebody who cares about that deeply. Like my interest is driven based on infra liquidity, what's being built there, etc. And also, sure, I came in as Ethereum was becoming a thing, and therefore that was like where I got my started, and that's probably why I'm still majority, transacting on Ethereum. But I don't have like an ideological bend towards a Solana or Ethereum or
for sure.
from one to another. So, but at the same time, I don't think I've ever done a transaction on Avalanche.
Ooh, the first time I did a transaction on Avalanche, I became a Wonderland Time maxi because I couldn't believe how smooth it was.
Me too. That was actually, I didn't become a maxi, but that's what I was fucking around with.
I think I came out break even on that, but obviously it burned to hell. But that was a good time, man. Frog Nation, shout out.
Just remember, didn't Avalanche like put a couple $1 million up to go buy meme coins from their ecosystem?
Oh yeah.
And did that even? How did that play out? We got to do like where are they now?
I mean, again, like a prerequisite for ecosystem meme coins mattering is that the ecosystem matters to a lot of people, and I'm just not sure Avalanche had that.
I feel like the people who are interested in it, I don't know. Yeah, interesting.
Like a meme coin fund is not going to create a meme coin culture on a chain,
Right.
Oh, maybe the opposite actually.
Like look at what's happening. Look what's happening on Sanko. Sanko has like a rich meme coin culture now of like Sanko specific meme coins because they had this world that people deeply cared about and wanted to participate in.
Yeah.
And it's just like a way to like extend that. Same with Solana. Same with ETH.
Does Telegram get there? I mean, to me, that's I don't know. It's interesting. It will be, yeah.
I mean, I think with Telegram, I'm like pretty. I think the numbers they boast and how few people that I actually know outside of just crypto that use Telegram, I think we're just blind to the world of Telegram.
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, you're dealing with hundreds of millions of people. It's like impossible to wrap your head around it.
So I believe if they can get those people on chain, I believe that there will be.
So that's the issue, though. I think it's right. It's like the affinity is for the communications platform and not for the underlying network. And so what that leaves is it leaves it open to people not caring what, like if you go build a Telegram app, building on Ton is probably not your top unless you're doing it strategically. Network choice. And then I guess the question is like, do people have a deeper affinity for something like Notcoin than Telegram? Maybe, right? I think there's a lot more people who've probably made meaningful money on Notcoin than on Telegram who are proud users, earners.
Yeah. And I think Notcoin is like the mascot of Telegram right now. Like it's the
right, and they're building on Ton. So
yeah.
Right, versus Ton.
Yeah. There is like a pretty liquid meme. That's actually like what most people are doing on Ton right now is just trading meme coins because there's nothing else to really do.
That makes sense.
Cool. Well,
Friday. Got to get down. It's Friday.
I have a question.
Lightning
round. Is this a big number?
I mean, it's like 30 million more than I am, so that's a lot.
It seems like a lot. I just can't tell. Just truly curious.
I mean, you have to ask how many
to me, honestly.
I mean, how many garbage collectors are there? You just need to. It's like relative to what?
Let's find out. How many garbage collectors are there? Let's see what Google says. It says 63,000. That does not seem like enough.
We need to go away and do some
research. That's why US cities are fucking disgusting.
No,
you guys need more garbage collectors.
Okay. We don't need more software engineers.
I feel like LA
garbage collectors.
LA needs that number of garbage collectors itself.
Oh man. All right, y'all. We'll be back here again next Friday, 10 a.m. Pacific time. Thanks to everybody hanging out with us on Twitter and at live.cclub.xyz. We got a whole lot of fun stuff planned. This little rebrand, little refresh of Internet Explorer, the brightening of our stream. Just the tip of some of the things we have planned for the next little while. So thank you for continuing to hang out with us here. Love the chat. It's good times. To a
Eunice-
green week. I wish everybody a green week and a
The
wonderful weekend.
Eunice Swap project.
Uniswap. Yeah, if you want to work on Uniswap.
Yeah.
Eunice is the character. Is that right?
Eunice is the character's name. Yeah.
Grandma. Oh my god, fucking incredible.
Yeah.
Okay, love it. Let's see what. Well, hit us up. Peace, Josh. I wish you a wonderful weekend, and to everybody else, we'll see you on chain.
Go Canada tonight. Big soccer.
Oh yes, let's go. Canada. Not. I mean, what's our hope here? Like a couple shots on net. I think we get a goal.
I would love to get into some extra time. That'd be fun.
Okay, I love it.
Maybe win.
See you
Maybe
next
we're.
week. We'll
I
see
don't
you
know.
next
Maybe
week.
we're better.
We're talking about
We've been trained to just like not really think much of Canada soccer, so maybe we're better than we think.
Ciao for now.
All right.
We're not better than we think. I don't think so.
It's time for Internet Explorers.